At 6 years old, I was carrying that burden, right? And I was the eldest in the family. It's very easy to wrap our identity around our business. If Mom Boss Academy fails, that means I'm a failure. I do not rely on anyone else but yourself.
Everything's going to be hard, right?
Yes, choose your heart. That's the biggest
Yep.
regret. And it's always things that they haven't done, not the mistakes. Just being sad and worry, it's not going to help. The next best thing is just decide if things are in the ruin, what are we going to do about it? That's the only thing that we can control.
You design your business, right?
I design my life,
Yep.
really.
Hey guys, welcome to our Modern Wealth podcast, where we aim to empower, enrich, and evolve your lives. Today, I am very, very excited. We have a special guest, a very beautiful guest, right? We have Michelle in our audience, as in our podcast today, right? And Michelle is the founder of Mom Boss Academy, right? She's absolutely amazing. One of the most inspiring moms that you'll actually come across on social media. Also got featured as one of the top moms to actually follow, right? If you want to learn how to build your business, start a side hustle and everything, right? So again, I've been following her and lurking and watching a lot of her moves for a long time, right? I think it was recently on, I don't know, man, Instagram or Threads, where I really, saw a lot of things you were posting. So again, incredible lady, with close to, more than 100,000 followers across her platforms and stuff, right? So again, so much to learn from her. And today we're going to dive deep and find out exactly how she started her journey and what she did to become who she is today, right? So welcome, Michelle.
Thank you, Rash. Thank you for that wonderful intro. Now I feel like I need to live up to that expectation.
Hey, it's all good, all chill, right? So for the people who don't know you, right, the chill mom.
Hello.
Right.
Hi. Hi, I'm Michelle, better known as the Chill Mom on Instagram, if you've been on Instagram for a while. So yeah, I'm a mother of 3 and really started my journey from a stay-at-home mom to starting my own businesses from home. And from there, because a lot of my readers were like, hey, Michelle, I follow you since you were this mommy blogger, stay-at-home mom, and now you're talking about business. Can you teach me? So since 2020, I started teaching women, specifically mom, how to start and grow their businesses online.
Very nice, right? So you mentioned that you were like a mom blogger, right? So,
Yeah.
So tell me about that, right? So how did that, this blogging thing first start? When did it start? Were you like an OG in the blogging scene, blogspot.sg, I don't know, right?
It was Blogspot because it was free, right? This was back in 2012. At that time, I had my firstborn. She was just 6 months old. I was running my own soup and salad bar at the time called the Supri. We had 2 outlets, one in Great Wall City, one in Raffles City. Doing well, but then I realized that I can't be in this 13 hours like business, right? I was really in doing it myself, very much in the operation, implementation, even though we had team members, but being in Singapore is really hard to get manpower as we know it, like high turnover and things like that. So I decided that no, I'm not going to have a baby and just leave it in the care of someone else. So I decided to, I'm just going to, eventually when the rent was, the contract was up, got rid of the business to be a stay-at-home mom, right? Maybe I can just be a dedicated stay-at-home mom. 6 months into the whole stay-at-home mom gig, I realized I'm so bored, right? I need something. I need some sort of income for myself. Like, not a lot. I was just hoping to, some pocket money without having to ask my husband for it. And I'm like, what can I do from home without leaving the home? And this is 2012, 2013. People were reading blogs. I'm like, I'm going to start a blog, even though I knew nothing about blogging or writing. And I remember telling my husband, I think I'm going to start a blog. He's like, you, right? My English is not great. It's not even my first language. So throughout this interview, you might hear me butchering my grammar.
Sure.
But I'm just going to give it a go anyway. So that's how I started, really.
It's
no
so
idea. Just really wanted to, not just as a hobby, not just blog because I was bored. I was like, I'm going to try to monetize it. I'm going to try to make money out of this.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Just share with you a little bit of my story. I started by writing with a blog as well. And it was in 2013.
Oh,
right?
wow,
So,
around the same time, yes.
Very, very similar time, right? And my first website and, the blog that I kind of started, it was the website's URL was called milliondollarrush.com. right? And the whole idea behind it was my journey to making my first million, right? So back then I just started. So I was like, guys, I want to show you the things that I'm doing to build my first pot of gold.
Oh,
And that's so it was
nice.
the $1 Million Rush, and the subtitle was the journey to making my first million, right?
Right.
So that's how I started. And what I did was, whatever events I attended and stuff, I'll write reviews, I will write things, I will share like, oh, this month how much I made, right? So I basically kind of locked down, what I was doing as a guy just starting out. And that became my first business of sorts.
Yeah.
Right? That's how
Yeah.
that's what I used to first build my following.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, very much.
So very, very interesting. But yeah, same time that we started on this blogging, writing journey, right?
Yeah,
So pretty interesting. But anyways, guys, that's a business idea for you right there, right? Like,
Exactly.
if you enjoy writing, for example, right? Nowadays there's many platforms in which, you can write on. I don't think Blogspot is around anymore, right?
I think it may be. I don't know, but
I don't think anybody uses it
yeah,
anymore,
yeah.
right?
But then there's the better platforms that you can write
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
I think Substack these days.
Substack is great, right? Substack is great. Maybe even Twitter.
Medium.
Medium
Yeah.
is another great place where you can actually get followers, right? Again, if you're passionate about a subject, you want to write. And nowadays, I think writing, you don't have to worry about grammar so much anymore, right? You can very
You got,
easily.
ChatGPT,
Yeah,
right,
exactly.
to help you
with
look
your
through
grammar and
it
stuff, right? But again, let's just talk about some business ideas that people can immediately do, right?
Yeah.
Right.
I think talking about starting blogging, I already know because having coached so many women through this process, the first thought would be, you and I we're slightly different. Well, like you said, right? You're just documenting your journey.
Yep.
Me too, right? I was just going through this early motherhood, was feeling lonely and like, okay, let me just document my journey.
Yep.
I'm not like the best mom yet,
Yep,
but
yep.
I just know what I know. But maybe a lot of people, they are afraid to get started because like that inferior, like that
Inferiority
imposter
imposter
syndrome,
syndrome.
right?
Yep.
Like what do I know to write about? So really, right, through your story and also my story, it's not really about knowing everything before you start.
Yep,
It's just
yep.
that process of documenting.
Absolutely, I was just documenting what I was learning, guys.
Yeah,
right? Like,
yes.
I felt like the biggest imposter, but hey, this is what I learned from, this guy who made $1
Yes.
million. This is what I learned from this real estate entrepreneur, right? And
Yep.
I just wrote it down, and hey, whoever read. And again, I think it was all, a way in which I built my initial following,
Yes.
and that's how everything, blossomed and grew.
Correct.
eventually, right,
One
to what we
thing
have.
leads to another.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
opportunities and stuff, right? So absolutely amazing, right? Thank you for sharing that. Sorry, I'm gonna go way off. You mentioned your salad business, right?
Yeah.
And I'm sure you saw recently with regards to Sumo Salad and what happened.
Yes,
So
yes.
tragic and stuff, like absolutely crazy, right? And again, a mom. I think she was a mom of 2 kids,
Yeah.
right, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure you can relate to some of her pain and what she was actually going through.
Absolutely, because I
I
think we
wanna hear
also
your
started
thoughts, yeah.
around the same time. I remember.
Oh, you know her?
I mean, I don't know her personally. I
Okay.
know Sumo Salad. I've definitely eaten there before, and I think I first came across Sumo Salad around the time when I started the Supri as well. So yeah, and I think well, what happened to her, I mean, it's absolutely tragic. I also can understand that stress that we carry with us, right, as a small business owner, if you felt like that's your entire identity. There's just things that, especially I remember being in a food and beverage business, day in, day out, you have to be open pretty much, because we were in a mall. So pretty much 364 days of the year you're open.
Wow.
Even if you're not at the shop, like at the back of your mind is, do they have enough staff? What's gonna happen? Right? There's always things going on, and it's a lot. It's a lot. So I think like, especially for, I can't speak for her because I'm not her, and there's a lot of invisible load that a small business owner, especially ones in F&B, that is carrying, I guess, right? And if all of that could potentially fall apart because of you call it mistake, or the kindness that she have shown her staff, I think I can emphasize on like how heartbreaking that could be.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
right. And again, besides just the business, there's family, there's kids you're taking care of, and a million
Yeah,
other
and your
things. That's
staff.
Yep, and your staff
Yeah.
as well, right?
Yeah.
That you have to support and go through. It's not easy, right? Like again, when I saw it, I was like, wow. Again, we read about the MOM issue
Mm.
and how she was apparently like scammed, right? Like
Yes,
initially.
yes.
And then the next day, unfortunately, that news happened where she, again, where she.
It looks like a suicide note, right? The Facebook post.
Yeah, exactly. But it was so tragic. But again, for moms who are going through a similar situation, right? Who maybe started a side gig, started a business, for example, and who are in this situation where they feel like, I cannot take this pressure anymore, right? How would you, if you had a chance to talk to her, what would you say?
Well, people see that, of course, that's the catalyst for what she, for her ending her life. I feel like the pressure has already been mounting, right? That's already there. There's already other problems that's going on. That could just be that one trigger that pushes her off the cliff.
Yep.
So if I could talk to her, I think just sharing your load with other people right from the beginning is important. I think not putting it all on yourself. I think it's very easy to wrap our identity around our business. I'm this person, like I'm the founder of Mom Boss Academy. And if Mom Boss Academy fails, that means I'm a failure. I think to separate yourself from your business and what you do is important. And
How do you do that? Right, because again, as an entrepreneur, so much of what you have built, right? Again, you're a founder yourself, right? Like it's your baby, right? It's what you are, right? But when we say separate, for example, I think that's a problem a lot of people face. But how do you do that where it's separate? Where,
I think I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I'm quite okay with what do we call it?
Compartmentalize,
things in my life, right? For me, a business is, it is very precious to us. It's like a child, right?
Yep.
You grow your business, from a baby to eventually be ideally independent and running on its own.
Yep.
It shouldn't be your baby forever.
Okay.
Because if it's your baby forever, that means you constantly have to be nurturing,
Yep.
loving it, blah, 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 right? So just like a child, you need to grow it to be independently running on its own. And once it's out there, be proud of it, let it go. It's no longer you, right? So I think, I guess there's, I don't know, maybe it's just my childhood, right, with my mom passing away really young. I know that we have this one precious, wild, short life. Every stage, every career, every success is just part of your life. It's a mini chapter.
Okay.
Right? It could be a very long chapter, it could be a very short chapter,
Yep.
but there's more to it. Right? It shouldn't be all of you.
Yep.
Yeah, that's just how I see life,
Interesting.
really.
Very, very nice. Thank you for that perspective, right? Again, compartmentalizing and not having your identity based on just one sole thing, right?
Yeah.
You are not a failure because your business failed, right?
Yeah, and
you
even if it fails, there were glory moments prior to that, right?
Absolutely.
Not every fire meant to go on forever. Even the most beautiful fireworks needs to end somehow. It's just like our lives, which is fine. All of us end up at the same place anyway, right?
The graveyard.
Exactly, right? And I don't want to go, and I always say this, I don't want to go to, to the ground all perfect, haven't done any mistake, haven't had any failure. I want to be there with battle scars, having experienced the highs and the lows.
Yep.
Obviously, less of the lows.
Sure.
And not be afraid of that.
Amazing. And Michelle, you talked briefly about, your mom and what happened in 13, right? So I know that, who you are today, a lot of it is shaped by what you experienced when you're a lot younger, right? So it was not an easy childhood growing up, right? If you can share that with the audience, I think that would be great.
Wow. I think a lot of how I'm able to maybe take the hardship or challenges that comes today, right, these days, is because I've been through it when I was younger. Like nothing could be that bad, right?
How bad was it?
I mean, when we were younger, I still remember being 6 years old and knowing that, oh, grocery money is going to run out at the end of the week.
Wow, at 6 years old, huh?
At 6 years old, I was carrying that burden, right?
Wow.
And I was the eldest in the family. I have 2 younger siblings. Not sure if they're aware, but I was. My mom wasn't in a great relationship with my dad. As in, they both married young. I mean, they didn't know what they didn't know. Dad was very good looking, always has a lot of women around him. So yeah, and he wasn't even doing that well, but still has a lot of women. Right? So I knew my mom was stuck in this marriage, right? Don't have a lot of work experience. Obviously, she has a lot of potential, but she didn't go for it, right? I remember her telling us she wanted to start a business, and I imagine like going to a pasar malam and start a business with her, and like, oh, so excited towards that. But even then, she was afraid to take that step. So for me, is having gone through that, knowing grocery money is going to run out. We have 5 ringgit left today until Papa comes back and give us more money. Do we spend that 5 ringgit on a whole raw chicken? Or 2 packets of chicken rice. That's that kind of, how to say, options that we had, right? So whatever that happens since then, but obviously, things has gotten better, and until mom passed away, and of course, I guess I got to where I am today, and I guess like that's why anything else that happens, any worry, any setback, to me is like, why worry about it? There's nothing you can do. Just being sad and worry, it's not going to help. So the next best thing is just decide if things are in the ruin, it's bad, what are we going to do about it? That's the only thing that we can control.
I see. So again, you can't control what you can't control, but what you can control, you do something about it, right?
Yeah.
Amazing.
So stop worrying. Stop feeling sorry for yourself.
Stop feeling sorry for yourself.
It's not gonna help.
It's not gonna help, right?
It's not gonna help. I mean, you
cry
can
for a
wallow.
while.
You can wallow. You can cry about it for 10 minutes, half an hour. Pick yourself up. Because if you're not gonna do it, who's gonna do it for you?
If you're not gonna do it, who's gonna do it for you? Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah.
I love that mindset, right? Wow. Crazy. And at 13, when that happened, when your mom passed and everything, like, I can't imagine the pain that you must have went through, right? But how was that, and did that ignite something? How was that experience?
I think you feel lost, right? Your closest person is now gone, right? And I have to adapt living with my dad again, right? And also suddenly step into the role of being a mom to my younger siblings.
Yep.
I think you just don't have a lot of time to really process.
I see.
Like life goes on, right? You need to go to school. You need to everyone feeling sorry for you. Condolences comes in everywhere, but what you got to do?
Yep.
So of course I was feeling lost. I don't know. I guess thinking back, I didn't really have time to really cope or think about it. It's just she's gone, right? I mean, there were moments where you just hope that that's not true, right? Maybe she's just had this imagination that maybe she's just tired of our dad, tired of us. She just want to run away and fake her death, right?
Sure.
I actually wish that that's actually happening, but of course that's not true. I don't know. Yeah.
Interesting. But thank you for sharing, right? So again, the reason why I ask this is very simply because sometimes when I look at entrepreneurs, there are always things that actually happen a lot younger that shape some of your beliefs and some of the ways you are today, right? Like again, some people are naturally always very scared, right, or to take risks, for example. And again, it stems down to what happened when they were younger, what they saw as children, looking at their parents, for example, and a lot of who we are today as adults, stems from all these little things that actually happen, right? So again, probably when you saw your family not having enough, that probably was a trigger for you to say, what, I never want to be in that position. I want to be able to make as much money as possible, to be independent, so that I don't have to worry about money, right?
Yes. And I guess one thing that my mom instilled in me is that you can do anything you want to do. The funny thing is she was, instilling this in me. The world is your oyster.
Yep.
You can do anything you want to do. Never rely on a man.
Yeah.
Yet she was in that situation,
I
right?
see.
She is exactly someone who did not take her own advice. Maybe she thought that, I'll just wait a few more years until my children are grown and independent. Then I can go for my own life, right? But sadly, those days didn't come for her. So I guess from her death, instead of just, have it wasted, I guess I took it as a motivation and a drive for me to live my life even better, so that I'm kind of like, I'm living better for you, Mom.
I see.
Right? Your sacrifice is worth it. Like now, I'm better than that. I'm doing exactly what you want me to do, and
Beautiful.
so that's why when I gave up my soup and salad bar to be a stay-at-home mom, that I could not explain it then, but I had this like unrest in me that I should not rely on my husband, right? You never know what's going to happen. I mean, he's great. But you don't know what you don't know, right? You don't know, hey, one day he met someone else, or then you're like, what's gonna happen, right? So I think, that plays a huge role.
This one statement that you said. Do you think that's a belief or do you think that's a fact with regards to don't rely on a man, right? Like this one statement that you say, like should all women take this very seriously, right? Who are watching and really build something for themselves, right? What's your take on that?
Yes, absolutely, 100%.
100%.
Do not rely on your, not just a man, do not rely on anyone else.
By yourself.
Yes, by yourself. So it's not just financially, of course, because that's the practical side of life. Your happiness, your self-worth. What are you going to do with your life, right? You need to have a say. So I think financially, of course, when we are financially independent, we have our own money, then it gives us that option. I can still rely on him, or I could, do whatever I want, right?
Practically, for somebody who's listening to this, who is a stay-home mother, right? Who is like, I'm in a sole-bred, winning family, right? My husband provides. What can they do practically? Like, what is the first step you can take? Again, I have so many friends in mind who I know of who are probably watching this.
Yeah.
So, what is a practical first step they can take to start securing a bit of their own financial future without having to depend on somebody else?
Yeah, just look at what can you do. That's just earn a little bit of pocket money first, right? I mean, don't think about starting $1 million business, because very often people fail to start is because they start getting overwhelmed, thinking about all these things. They start asking questions where it's too far advanced that you couldn't answer because you don't have the foundation right.
Sure.
Right. So to start, I guess, look around you. What do you like doing? What are some of the skills that you can start monetizing? Maybe you're just great at cooking. You love cooking for your family, right? Are there maybe some of your neighbors who are working full time and would like home cooked meals for the children, right? Can you start just by offering something like that?
Okay.
Start seeing where are the opportunities, right? What problems people have, how you can help them solve it with just many things that you can do right now. You never know whether you even want to grow it big, right? Maybe it's just with that little, I don't know, $50 here, $100 there. It could amount to something to slowly build your confidence up that, hey, I can do this. Or perhaps you might try it a little bit and you're like, I absolutely hate doing this. Then that's fine, right? You haven't like go and build a website or tell everyone, right? So I think just start seeing what are the problems in the world, how you can help do that with the existing skills that you have.
I love what you just said. And there's this quote which I really love, right? Which Martin Luther King said, you might not see the whole staircase, but just see the next step.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
And what is one step you can take, right? Whether it's your first $50 sale, right? Whether it's a cookie that you sell, right? Or whether it's a chicken curry that you cook for a neighbor, right? Which you're willing to pay for example. At least there's validation, right?
Yeah.
Right? There's validation, and that's how it all got started, right?
Exactly.
It's quite interesting. Some stories. Do you know Lau Kan Ma?
No.
You don't know Lau Kan Ma?
Who's Lau Kan Ma?
You don't know Lau Kan Ma?
No, I don't.
So Lau Kan Ma is basically a very, very it's all over the world. It's a chili paste.
Oh, right. Okay.
So it's a chili paste. So maybe today you can go to NTUC or whatever. You can go and search everywhere,
okay.
lah. Everywhere, Giant, everywhere around the world they have it. So it's called Laukan Ma, and it started. It was actually by this ama. It was by this grandmother who loved making chili paste.
Right.
Who loved making chili paste, and she had a chili paste which was a specialty that she gave to her, her neighbors around her, and they all loved it, and they all kept going back to her to say, hey, I want more of your chili, right? She's a billionaire today.
Nice.
She's a billionaire, right? Like, it's insane. It just started with her liking to make chili,
Exactly.
right? And then people tried it. This entrepreneur came and he was like, "Great, let's figure out how to distribute it." And now they are one of the most popular chili pastes across the world, and it's distributed everywhere across the world, right? Absolutely insane. Like, how did it start? It's this grandmother who liked making chili, right?
Yes, exactly.
It's insane. Laukan Ma. Go check it out. But freaking billionaire. Okay, I was, so when I hear these kind of stories, I'm like, you never know, right? Again, all these little beginnings.
Yes,
Again, you don't need to have $1 million, like what you said, right? Like, oh, this must be a 7-figure, 10-figure
Correct. I need
business.
to hire lots of people. Don't even think about that yet, right? It's not to be considered. And the good thing with today is that you can just really start an Instagram account for free and start telling people about it.
Yep.
Right? Back in the days, my mom didn't have that opportunity.
No, not at all.
It's really hard, right? People still have that notion that to start a business you need a lot of capital, which is absolutely not true.
100%, right? So again, you have your social media to advertise what you have, and again, it's about the small beginnings, right? And I always like to share something. This is a post that I wrote yesterday. Everything's going to be hard, lah, right?
Yes, choose your heart.
Choose your heart, right? Everything's going to be hard. Starting an online business is hard. Being a stay-at-home mom and worrying about your money is hard,
Yes.
right? Like, everything is hard. At the end of the day, you got to choose your heart, right?
Yep.
You got to choose what you want to do, and most importantly, of course, right? You don't want to sacrifice your mental health or whatever it is, but you got to do something. You got to do what you got to do, lah, right? So choose your heart.
Yeah, and one thing that really stays with me as well, I read this study about how all these old people in their deathbed, like what's their biggest regret, and it's always things that they haven't done, not the mistakes or anything like that. It's always things that they haven't done. I wish I had this. I wish I had that. So I don't want to be there. I don't want to. I wish, right? I wish, Yeah.
Let's talk about your journey as a mom.
Yeah.
3 kids.
3 kids. Yes.
Wow, it's a handful, right? I have 2 myself, right? So it's quite a handful, right? Yeah, slightly older now already. How old are they?
They are 9, 11, and 13.
How was this all juggling, right? 9, 11, 13. You were a period of time where they were 5, 4, and 1.
Oh, I was working while I was being ordered to bed rest on my bed.
Are you serious?
I just turned around and on my laptop
Wow.
while I was pregnant with my 3rd one.
Wow, crazy.
Yeah.
Was it difficult, like the mom guilt, right? Like business, children, making sure they are doing well in school, and the million pressures that a mom must face, right? Again, I cannot say that I understand, but you surely understand how that feels, right? So how was that period juggling, children responsibility, even right now, right? Probably going through,
It's a lot easier now.
A lot easier now, right? But how was
now
it?
that they're grown up.
Yeah.
I remember. I think the fact that I become a mom made me a better person, right? I'm sure you've gone through that as well. Like when you become a dad, it was like, oh my God, I'm no longer just living for myself.
Yep.
I can just make all stupid mistakes by myself when I'm just single, right?
Sure.
But now I have to be a role model for someone else. So if there's anything else I want to do right by them, I want to be a better person, right? I want to have better accountability and all of that, right? So I think that's one of the reasons, like all my mentors as well, I always work with people who are parents, because I think that they're slightly different, right?
Okay.
And so for me, building a business as a mom is, in a way, it has helped me, because my mind is not just on the kids. I was still carving out time for this aspect of myself, like, building this security for myself in a way, going after my dreams and my goals, and have this outlet of creativity. I see it. I see my business as outlet of creativity.
Sure.
Oh, I've got this idea. I'm going to do it, right? Yes, mom guilt is there, of course, like, some days I wish. I don't think I don't know. I don't think my mom guilt is that bad because the fact that I'm building the business from home, so I am home for them. So even with I'm busy doing my work, for example, on a laptop. They're like, "Mommy, I want you," or we're crying. I could immediately stop and be there. So I felt like I'm actually a stay-at-home mom.
Okay.
I'm a full-time stay-at-home mom for them,
Great.
who is also building a business.
Very nice.
So my mom guilt isn't like at the all-time high. Of course, there were moments where I had to travel to speak or conduct training, or there are moments like that where, I wish, today I can pick up my kids from school, but I have to do this. But that's on a very rare occasion, maybe once or twice a month, which I still feel like is okay. So I guess like all of this to say that I built my business in a way that it fits around my kids' life.
I see.
Because I could very well, I don't know, maybe my business would have been, a lot bigger if I had built it outside of home. But I have intentionally built it from anywhere that I can run as long as there's an internet, so that I can be there for them.
Well, that's a dream, huh?
It's a dream, and it's a lot of juggling involved as well.
Of course. Amazing. But again, you build what you want to, as in you design your business, right?
Correct. I design my life, really, right? So the business is part of my whole life, right? It's not about your career, family balance. It's more like I'm integrating it together. So same with my husband. He works from home. He comes to Singapore once a week to work. So we're very involved. We're together as a family unit all the time.
And it's beautiful because it is 100% possible today with the internet and what the choices you can actually make with regards to how you want to design your career or your business per se, right?
Yeah.
So amazing. And if you don't mind sharing, right, like you also do live in JB.
Yes.
Right? Like how has that helped with the entire family, planning and units and everything?
People are talking about work from home, right?
Yeah.
Since I think after COVID, there's a lot more work from home, and
Yep.
it's being like more popular now. But I've been doing that since 2013.
Sure.
So to me, it's nothing new.
Yep.
But what triggered the move was it was 2022 when rent just double,
Yep.
just go really high, and we started exploring because I've always been living around like the CBD area,
Okay.
right? And we started exploring living further out, right? Further from the city. And then as a joke, I just say, maybe we should just move to Puteri Harbour, which is across, because we had an investment property there. But then we're like, yeah, possible, right? And then what about the kids' school? Well, put them into national school. It'll be a lot cheaper. And then, why not? But which other areas though? Because our investment property obviously is not big enough for all of us, right? Then I started exploring, asking people, like, maybe East Ladang. I didn't even know this area that I'm currently living in existed. Then I told my assistant that, we're thinking. And she said, you should look at this, development. And we're like, okay, let us look it up. Hey, it's potential, right? So we just decided one weekend, just drive across the border and see how is it like. I'm like, okay, maybe we should start talking to some property agent, ask about how things are. And then, the decision was like made pretty quickly. I remember start considering it in July 2022. And then by September, we confirmed the school first. School has to be in place first. School's confirmed, and then the easy thing is that now that we know the school is here, we want to live near the school. And of all these options, there's a lot of, obviously, in Johor, there's a lot of
properties.
Property options for us. Okay, we've secured one. Okay, then we move in November. As soon as the school academic year wrapped up,
Fantastic.
we're there.
And a ton of arbitrage in terms of cost-wise and everything.
Absolutely. I didn't realize that it was that much. Because initially for me, it's just like, I'm not paying this much rent to live in this tiny little condominium in the city, right? And it was more a bit of like not going to. And I realized that, hey, all I really needed is just internet and a room. And that's it. My business can be anywhere. And I don't want to completely like uproot ourselves and move to KL or something like that, right? Because very much of my student and business is still very Singapore based. So that's the next option. I'm
see.
not really uprooting myself.
Yep.
I'm just moving further
Yeah,
away.
yeah, yeah. I
Right?
see.
So about an hour drive
Yep.
in this morning, for example, that's nothing.
Mm.
So yeah, then until I moved there, I realized that, oh my God, grocery is a lot cheaper, utilities,
100%.
rent for sure,
Yeah.
right? And just having that bigger space, we can do more outdoor activities. We are growing kids as well.
Amazing. This is truly, guys, again, this is truly designing your life, right? Right, you have a business that is online, that is, scalable all across the world. You design a life such that your income, your amount of money you have to spend is a lot lesser. You have a lot more space, right? I imagine your space in Johor must be a lot bigger than what you were living in Singapore.
Yeah.
Surely, right? How many square feet?
I think the build out is 4,000 plus.
My goodness.
It's a semi-D on a like 6,000 plus plot.
Wow.
And from a 2,000 square feet apartment in
Yeah,
Singapore
yeah,
to
yeah.
that, it's like,
Wow.
hey. But now we can't go back.
Yeah.
I realized, oh my God, we have all this furniture. If
Yeah.
we were to downsize, where we're going to move
Yeah,
to?
yeah, exactly. But amazing, right? Like such a I would think an upgrade. What do you think? Like, if you don't mind, like investment wise and everything, right? With RTS and all that, which people are talking about, like now living there, do you see like a huge potential? Do you see a lot more of your friends moving over? Is there like a surge in prices they are noticing? Like, I just want to know.
I think yes. I think that's if you are going to invest in Johor, definitely landed property.
Okay.
There's still a lot of apartments, and I don't think that the appreciation on those property is doing just as well, right? I mean, think about it. If you move from Singapore, right? If you move there, you probably want to land it, right? Why
Yeah.
would you move from an apartment to another apartment,
yeah,
isn't it?
Yeah.
In terms of, am I seeing more people moving there? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Where I live is a gated community, and I would say 80% of the people there are not local Malaysian,
Yeah.
right? They're
Yeah.
from China, Korea,
Singapore.
a lot of Singaporean, and yeah, absolutely. And
Wow.
I can see that the school that my kids go to as well, almost every semester they have 50 new families coming in.
Wow.
So it is definitely
A trend that's
growing, and yeah, absolutely.
Interesting. Wow,
Yeah.
wow. Again, so much opportunity. Interesting. Thank you for sharing. I've been thinking myself. But
I think it's a
anyways.
little bit like, Singapore. I think of it as a little bit like Hong Kong, where it can get overcrowded.
Yep.
And people start moving out to Shenzhen. For
Shenzhen,
example.
yes, yes.
Initially, Shenzhen's feeling like, a bit backwards.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to go there.
Yeah.
It's maybe even dangerous,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But as more and more people be there
Yeah.
and infrastructures are better, but now people go to Shenzhen as
Yeah.
a destination and skip Hong
Hong
Kong.
Kong, yeah.
So yeah, it could be a little bit like that.
It could be a bit like that.
Yeah.
Well, what do you say for people who say, oh, not safe?
I have not seen any not safe incident around where I am, but
Okay.
it's because Singapore is so safe, right?
Okay.
I mean, in reality, any city in the world that you
Ah.
go to, you should practice some self-awareness.
Sure,
there
sure,
are
sure.
just, crime that could happen. So
Interesting.
people say, oh, but you can't walk alone at night.
Mm.
What am I doing walking alone at night in any city anyway,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
So we drive everywhere we want to go,
Mm.
right? Drive, park at the mall, in the mall,
Yeah.
drive, park in front of the restaurant,
Yep.
get down.
Yep.
So I
It's
think if
very
you
okay.
don't, go,
Funny things.
yeah,
and-
do funny things, then there shouldn't be a reason why it's not safe.
Okay,
yeah.
cool. Yeah, in summary, right? So again, with regards, if we circle back to, Mom Boss Academy, right? So what are some of the key things that you do to help moms with their journey of entrepreneurship and stuff? If you can just share that, that'd be great.
Yeah, so I think the first group of moms I help is very much the group that you mentioned just now, stay-at-home mom, really looking to start a side income. Maybe I'm seeing a trend of more and more the possibility of their husband getting retrenched or losing their job. So they are suddenly now really worried and want to do that. So we help them find an idea, validate the idea, and launch it in 90 days. And then I also have those who have now started a business, right? They may have started an Instagram account offering services, coaching, live coaching, or selling physical product. Now what? They don't know how to grow further, or they find themselves working in the business and not knowing how to grow the business. There's no system. So for that group of entrepreneur, I teach them how to build assets, how to build their positioning, personal brand, leverage online media to grow their business and reach more people.
I see. Amazing, amazing, fantastic. I think a lot of moms will really benefit. So how can they find more information on you, and what the things, how they can follow you, and be a part of academy and stuff?
Oh, okay, sure. I mean, you don't have to be a part of my academy.
Sure.
I have lots of free resources out there.
That's
So
great.
you can just go to momboss.academy/blog. I have a lot of resources out there. You can follow me on Instagram at the Chill Mom. There's also a resource link that I will share with you, Resh. It's a free resource for anyone to just download, and it's momboss.academy/free, I think.
Okay.
It is. So that's resource for those of you who are looking to find a business idea or maybe discover your passion or calling. There's a resource there. And there's also resources for those of you who have started a business but maybe lack of time. So we have a free training about how to find 2 more hours in your day. We have resources on how to grow your Instagram. So yeah.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you very, very much for sharing. I had such a pleasure talking to you. Thank you so much.
Likewise. Thank you
such
so
a
much for having
pleasure
me.
meeting you. Again, guys, make sure you follow the Chill Mom on Instagram, TikTok, everywhere, right? The links and all that are posted in the description below. So make sure you do follow. And again, her resources are absolutely amazing. So please do go and check it out. And again, guys, if you all enjoyed this, make sure you all like the video, right? Make sure you all subscribe to the channel. And again, if you all have any questions for Michelle, just comment down below. I'm sure she can help you answer your questions as well, right? Thank you very much. Michelle, thank you so much.
Thank you.
We'll see you all soon, guys. Bye-bye.
Hey guys, I'm so blessed to be able to share these inspiring stories of remarkable people with you. Please support us by liking, commenting, and subscribing to our YouTube channel, right? These likes will help us know what videos you want to watch more of. So again, thank you and see you in another video.